Time no see. We have picked up the bike, Lance, from the mechanic, and everything is running smoothly. Very, very nice. I also ran into a guy who was quite inspirational. He's done a lot of these trips around Africa himself, ridden bikes, and was giving me some information which was very valuable. And what my original plan was, I was going to register this bike in someone else's name who lives in South Africa and get them to write me up a letter which is called an affidavit, and then you get it signed by the police giving me permission to ride the bike across Africa. And he reckons that I could potentially run into some problems at certain borders doing that, and it would require a bribe of how much I don't know. He's like, you can do it, man, but you are probably going to have to fork out a bunch of money for it. He suggested that I apply for a TRN, a traffic register number, which is a number that I can use to register a vehicle in my name. The only downside to this is that it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to arrive. But I've decided that I am going to apply for the TRN. I currently have the correct form here from the traffic registry. I needed some passport photos and a proof of residency, so I've gotten my landlord to sign this agreement of lease, just to prove that I'm actually staying here currently. And with all of that information, I should be able to get one of those numbers. And then I'm just going to go explore South Africa, actually. It gives me a great opportunity to actually see this country, and I'm going to go do that for a couple of weeks. I'll still be taking all this footage and giving you some insight into all the places I go check out. And then by the time I come back to Cape Town, hopefully that TRN has successfully arrived and I can get it, register the bike in my name, and then do the rest of Africa. So, that's the plan so far. We had to make a little bit of a readjustment, but in these kinds of adventures, you have to be flexible, and this seems like the best option.
Yeah, mate. This is a poikie, a South African delicacy with springbok. Springbok?
Say it again.
Springbok.
Keep on walking, boy.
Keep on walking.
No, it's good. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao ma.
Like waves, like the messy wave.
This is epic.
Get that ass in. We're taking it slow.
Yeah. High five. High five, team.
What's up, bro?
This is the high five corner.
High five corner.
Lekker.
Lekker.
Yeah, the musty got definitely kicking there.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely.
Unaware of
Whoa!
That's summertime.
I think I don't care. You don't need to go.
No, we're not going to get sun now.
Walking on.
But we're jumping in, Jimmy. Right.
You want to jump in?
I'll get too cold, so I'm not going to.
G'day everyone, we're back at it again at Flying Brick. This is by our local bike shop. I finally got my crash bars, which is super exciting. I'm gonna assemble them. Hopefully it shouldn't give me too much pain. I got this new exhaust because the old one was rusted, and it's running beautifully, to be honest. And if you want to see something hilarious, we can go from 2022 Africa Twin all the way to, I don't know what model this is. This could be 2023. And I love both of them. I can't afford, there's no way I could have afforded that bike, which is why we're sticking to this retro girl. But let's get fitting these on, and slowly by slowly, we're getting everything we need. Very nice. This took me hours. It looks like such a simple job, and I still needed to get help from someone. But now my engine is protected. Okay guys, this is stop number 1 on my way to Transkei, and that's about all up I reckon it's like 17 hours away. And yeah, I've just taken a 3-hour drive to a place called De Kelders, which is very close to Gansbai. Stopped off here because I found a cheap Airbnb for the night, and at this rate we're just doing it day by day. I don't know where I'm stopping tomorrow, don't know where I'm staying, but I'll find something on the way. I think there's meant to be a storm, so I might even stay here and do some work, we'll see. But what a really beautiful drive. It was about 3 hours. I went along the coast. I saw some really beautiful landscapes. I also went along the outskirts of Mitchell's Plain and Kailicha, which is, I think, probably one of the most largest and dangerous townships in Cape Town, and that was very interesting to see. I didn't go through there, mind you. Google Maps wanted me to, and I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I've heard a lot of things about these places, and it's best to keep away, is the best piece of advice that I've received. But we're here, day 1 to Transkei and back. I've got to wait for this TRN, so what better opportunity than to check out the southern coast of South Africa.